Portraits of the Dead. She's always some mourning clothes with her. That way she can be in a portrait as soon as requests come in, and so it is today. Having slipped into her morning dress in the shed of the pier, she boards the downstream ferry. Her hands are full, one holds the case with her painting tools and the other the garment bag for her morning dress. She has heard that a rich man lies dying in a town 20 kilometers downstream. Her name is Rosa. It's a race against time, she said with a grim smile. You have to start as soon as possible before the face changes. Changes how? Kai asked. It's hard to say. There's a deepening strain to Rosa's smile, but I know it when I see it. When a person has gone from this side to the other side. Once they're gone over, I can paint them. It is not in a way that will please the family. It just can't be done. Rosa is a professional portraitist of the dead. The custom of preserving dead mask is now what they practice in this area. Family to portray an artist dab the face of the newly deceased with dye and preserve the loved one's deathbed expression on a cloth pressed against the dyed face. Some families make a dead mask with the plaster. Only the wealthiest family can afford to hire a professional like Rosa. So that lurking in the background of the individual's death, there can be a variety of disputes. I've heard of families quarreling over the inheritance behind my back, killing as I sit there sketching the dead person. One widow presented my portrait of her husband to the court to prove that he had been poisoned. Another time, some loan shark waited until the moment the man died and charged her right into the house. One husband tried to spit in his wife's face as soon as she gave up the ghost. Apparently she had been unfaithful to him for years. Rosa tells her story with utter detachment. She revealed no emotion at all. This, she says, is indispensable to become an outstanding portrait of the dead. You have to open your sketchbook and get your brushes going with the bereaved family member right there. Overcome this with grief. There's no way you can produce a good portrait if you become emotional or allow yourself to be swept up in the emotion of the other people in the house. Cain responded with a sad nod. His only connection with the woman is to have borrowed the same boat and sat at the same table in the cafe on the deck. And a few minutes have passed since he started volunteering her story. But that is all it has taken for Cain to perceive the hint of nihilism lurking in her beautiful feature. The more respectable artist despises painter like me. Why is that? Well, half of them accuse us of making our living from people's death. The others look down on us for not being moved by what we do. I see their point. I mean, the emotion are what give rise to the acts. Whenever it's painting, sculpture, music or literature, we don't have emotion like that. We are nothing but craftsmen. Also speak without a hint of either self-mockery or pride. Her tone suggests that she's merely stating the obvious in an oblivious way. Cain take a sip of his whiskey and Rosa drink from her hospitality. The boat makes its leisurely way downstream. The season is spring, the river is high with snow melt and white water birds have settled on its surface. Strange, Rosa said with a giggle. When I first saw you, I thought you and I must be members of the same profession, which is why I took the initiative to speak to you. Cain gave us a restrained smile. You know nothing about painting. It is very certain there is nothing about his appearance that will cause him to be mistaken for an artist. It well could be, however, that in the profile of this man drinking whiskey alone in the afternoon, Rosa recognized the hue of an nihilism like her own. Or then again, she might have perceived the shadow of the other side clinging fast to Cain's back. Until a few days ago, Cain was on the battlefield. There he witnessed the willing of many enemies and many allies, but he was unmoved by any of it. Such youthfulness had long since vanished from him. throughout word and change came received through several centuries. Rosa says that she is in her mid-30s and in her 10th year since becoming a portraitist of the dead, which apparently puts her near the beginning of her career. If you wouldn't mind, she adds, I have a few more things I would like to discuss with you. When Kay nods silently in compliance, Rosa thanks him and gives him the first smile of the day. Portraitists of the dead are never present while the subject is dying. The very fact that such a profession has been called means that the person dead is imminent, and so there is seen as the person of illumine and even defilement. A family member or friend was being at the bedside there to broach the subject quietly in another room. Don't you think it may be time to call a painter? The answer, whenever too soon for that, or I think you may be right, is the evening undertone. Introduced to the family by the church, the portraitist never entered the house by the front door. Rather, he or she goes around to the back and is shown to a room where the sun cannot penetrate. There the painter changes into morning clothes and waits for the announcement of the dead. Eventually, a quiet knock of the door is followed by someone to appear and the painter's dressed in morning set to work. None of that occurs at the end of a long lifetime, of course. All too often the painter must depict the face of the one who has died young, of illness or accident. The face that emerges in the artist's sketchbook radiates the delicate vivacity of one who has just crossed the border dividing life and death, one who has only the moment before transitioning from this world to the other world. The work presented to the family is an oil painting done from the sketch, while also believe the sketch itself is far more authentic portrait of the dead. There is nothing quite like the atmosphere in a room where someone has just died. How to put it? It's as though the flow of time has stopped, or time itself emerged into the vanished air. The sobbing and the wailing sound as if the night lasts forever. The only movement of time in all this begin. The way the face of the dead person emerged little by little onto the blank white page of the sketchbook. She has immersed thick sketchpad. See? She says, showing in Cantor's face of the dead. This is 2 years' worth. Many of the faces are peaceful, most are full of agony, and all without exception possess a mysterious presence. They differ unmistakably from faces in sleep. Neither, however, do they look dead. They seem as if they might open their eyes any moment, or just as easily crumble into ash. They, however, men and women alike, on the very brink of death. After the body is cooled, it's too late. It's also too late if the family has begun making its preparation for the funeral. The game is won or lost in those very few minutes following the death itself. All we can do is start sketching as efficiently and expeditiously as possible. With a painful smile or sad in the eye of the family, that makes me a cold-hearted woman. Came through the page of the sketchbook, saying nothing. He would like to tell her that it's the same on the battlefield. There no one has time to mourn the death of a soldier. If you are busy shedding tears instead of doing the next thing you have to do, you end up being one of those forced to travel to the other world. The final sketch in the book is unfinished, the face of a young girl. The general outline of the hair and face are sketched in, nothing more. Caim looked questioningly at Rosa. My daughter, she said softly. But why? A portrait painter of the dead reached full maturity in the profession when she is able to paint a member of her own family, which only makes sense. I mean, also assuming is it if you can be called the objective toward the death of a stranger, or not toward a member of your own family. Her daughter died 2 years ago. The girl's 3 short years of life brought to a sudden end by a bad flu that was making the rounds. I was holding her hands almost until the moment she died, Rosa said. I was in tears, calling her name and pleading with her to come back to me, not to die. After the doctor looked at her with a shake of his drooping head, Rosa reads her letter and then open a sketchbook. Wiping her tears, she picked up her pencil and tried to sketch her daughter's face. But I couldn't do it. The tears came pouring out of me, no matter how much I wiped them. I simply couldn't work. Came to this case onto the unfinished sketch again. Some area of the white paper were wavy. Perhaps Rosa's tear had fallen. I guess I'm not qualified to be a portraitist of the dead, she said with a smile and sit down at the river. But still, if I had to choose one work of art to leave behind, this would be it. The boat gave a blast of steam horn, frightened and the blurs of the river leaping to the air in a great mass. Caim closed the sketchbook and returned it to Rosa. He considered complimenting her on the excellence of the drawing, but chose silence instead. Such praise he felt could be a sign of disrespect for her work, for Rosa herself, and for her dead daughter. I didn't mean to bend your ear like this, she said. I'm sorry. She stand and pierced Cain once again. Ririto, you look like a member of my profession. Cain gave her a thin smile and shook his head. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. She responded with a strange smile of her own. You probably won't like me saying this either, but please call me if you ever need a portraitist of the dead. I won't need one, Kay said. I have no family. Well then, when your own time come, we take the charcoal, Saib, her right hand gasped the case with her penny supplies, her left the garment bag with the mourning clothes. Unfortunately, Ken will never need a service. You cannot go to the other world just yet. On the long road of his life, how many deaths must he encounter? The steamer burst again. The boat gradually lowered its speed and edged toward the river bank. The landing was closer. When he left the boat, his journey will begin again. It should be a long journey. Next battlefield lies far beyond the mountain that tower in the distance.